wind atop the wall cut at Sam's face. He couldn't help but daydream of his next ranging mission. Time and time again he had proven himself beyond the wall: reconnaissance, rescue, and most importantly, acclimatization. Any ranger worth his salt can survive many months in this wilderness. Sam knew he had made a name for himself, volunteering to stay 3 weeks in addition to what was required for consideration. As the Rangers left Sam as a trainee, they assured him the only thing waiting for him would be death. Little Sam chuckled to himself. The only thing that forced his return south to the wall was sheer boredom. Sam's daydream was broken by a single horn blast. His eyes stretched across the vast tree line, straining to locate the Ranger, headed to the gate 700 feet below him. A slight worry started to creep over Sam as several minutes passed without proper cause of the horn blast. The muffled sound of horse hooves grew less faint. Still, no rider broke the tree line. The creak of the Castle Black gates opening caused little Sam to turn his back on the vast wilderness. The long black cloak of a ranger blew in the stiff wind as it followed its owner across the catwalk. A fresh summer snow blew and covered the top of the wall far above Castle Black. Sam was still perplexed as he approached the topside watch. The watchman, knowing Sam's reputation, immediately answered the question before Sam had a chance to ask it. "Riders. Approach from the east. At least 10, including the Lord Commander," the watchman finished. Sam continued past him without bothering to retort. He simply nodded and sprang for the lift. When the lift hit the bottom, Sam quickly slid the cage doors open. A handful of his brothers were waiting for him. Rory, born to the Winterfell captain of the guard, was the first to greet him. Slightly built, with brown hair, and the northern arrogance of a boy who was grown up in Winterstown. "The Lord Commander has requested you in his office," Rory said, with a slight excitement in his voice. "Only one reason for a meeting," said Sam with a devious smile. "We going below?" asked Rory. "If I'm ordered to command my first ranging mission, I want a northerner by my side," Sam flattered his friend. The moment was broken by the familiar sneering voice from behind Rory. "Typical," exclaimed Alan Rose. Sam's eyes refused to leave Rory's dirty face and continuous grin. Alan continued to voice his skepticism, though no one had yet to acknowledge him. "Shouldn't be surprising. Tarly has always been privileged on the wall," Alan finished. Sam could no longer ignore him, and gave Alan the slightest of glances. "How was that?" asked Sam with a casual tone. "Stark and your father have always been close. You were named second ranger of Castle Black at barely 20 years old," Alan paused. "And why is that?" "Only because you slept in the snow longer than anyone else. You still have a lot to prove," Alan muttered. Sam would hear no more of this rubbish as he pushed through Rory and stood nose to nose with his pompous, black-cladded brother. Alan's dirty blonde hair stood neatly straight as Sam's knife was out of its sheath before Alan could blink. Sam knew the penalty for drawing on a brother of the Night's Watch, so he simply picked at his own teeth with the tip of the knife. Alan continued to taunt Sam. He could only mask his nervous nature with arrogance. The start of his next sentence simply brought Sam to a rage. Sam swore he heard Alan say "wildling" in a disgusting tone. Sam's knife quickly moved from his teeth to Alan's throat. When Sam spoke, he did so carefully, but directly. "I didn't just sleep in the snow. I was raised in the snow, crawled across glaciers. I was born beyond the wall, and I'll be buried there." Sam paused. "Would you like to go first?" Sam asked. Alan just twisted his face and withdrew from the spat. "Don't give him any thought," Rory told his friend. "He's still bitter, failing out of ranger training 3 times now. Likely he blames me for his failure," Sam finished. "Better get up and see your uncle," Rory teased. Sam reacted to his friend's taunts without thinking. "He's not my—" Quickly Sam realized he was being teased. "Fuck right off, Rory," spat Sam, as he smiled and sped towards the Lord Commander Stark's office. Little Sam approached the Lord Commander's office as the door was quietly shut in front of him. Sir Hunts had emerged from Sir Jon's chambers. Sir Hunts commanded Castle Black as Sir Jon led his command of all the Night's Watch, from Eastwatch now, to oversee the wall's reconstruction. Sir Hunts was a fierce warrior. His greasy hair was pulled tight behind his scarred face. He wore armor emblazoned with flats of dragonglass, gifted to him by King Gendry himself. Sir Hunts led the defenses of King's Landing as the captain of the Golden Company during the Dead's onslaught some 15 years ago. He refused to leave Westeros after the fighting, and took the Black, looking for revenge on the dead for the slaughter of his men. "Is there any mission you would refuse?" asked Commander Hunts. "Not likely," Sam retorted without thinking. I'll have provisions and a horse prepared, Sir Hunts replied. Sam was disturbed at this revelation. A horse? As in one? Sam asked. Still not likely to refuse, huh? Sir Hunts presumed. Sam wasn't quick to answer. Check in with Maester Qyburn before you depart, Hunts ordered. Understood, Sam replied as he knocked on the Lord Commander's door. Enter, said the familiar voice Sam knew all too well. Reporting is ordered, sir, exclaimed Sam. A smile spread across Jon's face as he looked upon his young ranger. There's no need for formality, Sam. You're an officer now. Please try to relax, encouraged Jon. Sam's shoulders slumped in relief as Jon asked him to sit. I expect you can assume why I called you here, Jon presumed. I was hoping for a ranging mission, Sam said with a certain gusto. That you shall have, Jon paused. He turned towards the door and gestured for little Sam to follow him. The Lord Commander entered the lift without uttering a word. Sam Tarly followed with an eagerness. His heart was racing. He was sure Sir Jon could hear it pounding through his chest. Finally, the lift reached the top of the wall. Sir Jon immediately started briefing Sam quietly once they reached the top of the wall. The Lord Commander had no time for small talk. We sent a team of rangers out from Eastwatch many months ago. No communication since then, and they are long overdue, Jon paused. How many? Asked little Sam. The standard 3-man reconnaissance team, Jon replied. I understand. But why dispatch a rescue from Castle Black? Sam asked. Simply put, I trust you, Jon paused. What I'm about to ask cannot be easily explained, Jon continued. You will depart tonight, under darkness, alone, and well supplied. You will trek the haunted forest, and any brother you collect or recover should be taken directly to Eastwatch. I will meet you there, Jon finished. Sam rocked onto his heels. What was the point of leading a mission if there's no one to lead? Secrecy is of the utmost importance. You will report directly to me and speak to no one else, Jon demanded. Is there anything else, Sir Jon? Asked Sam. Yes. Get any one of those men back to me alive, Jon demanded. I will, replied the second ranger to his Lord Commander. Let me be perfectly clear. If you arrive at the Shadow Tower, peppered with arrows, on the brink of death, and I am not present, your secrets die with you. Is that clear? Jon ordered. Perfectly, said a somber little Sam Tarly. Lord Commander, you arrived by horse. No one has seen your dragon in quite some time, Sam asked. Get going, second ranger, as Jon turned his back on him. Little Sam understood his dismissal. Sam departed as ordered and proceeded to his quarters for supplies. He walked a little taller, knowing that Sir Jon trusted him enough for a dangerous solo rescue mission. But why all the secrecy, he wondered. Rory was waiting for Sam at the end of the catwalk, slightly protecting himself from the summer snowstorm. Rory's hair was always pulled tightly behind his ears, as most Northmen do. Sam met him with a slight grin. I can't talk about it, Sam interrupted Rory before he had a chance to speak. Just handle that shit with Alan before I return, Sam demanded. 4 missing teeth or 5? Laughed Rory. Only a few weeks sipping soup sounds about right, grinned Sam. Just weeks? Asked Rory. Well, you won't be seeing me for a while. Keep the place from burning down, all right? Sam chuckled.